All right, it's time for the weekly status update. It's September 16th. It's Tuesday morning. It's 7:18 a.m., and we're going to go through the completed returns last week. Yesterday was the extension filing deadline for business returns of September 15th, and the biggest question is, did I complete all of the business tax returns by the due date? And the answer to that actually is no. I'll share with you why I didn't, and we'll go through kind of where we are right now. So looking at completed returns as of right now, there are 345 completed 1040 personal returns. That's 90% of them. We have 10% left to go between now and October 15th for the extended deadline. Business returns, there were 42 completed last week, 43 completed this week. That is only 98%. So there are 44 business returns and only 43 have been completed as of the extended deadline. That means one of them is late and is incurring penalties. Why is it late? Happens to be the tax return of a really good friend of mine. He didn't get me the information. The business is pretty much winding down. He's having a hard time kind of getting some of the expenses that he had last year, and he is aware of the penalty. I've emailed and texted him, and stuff's been busy, and he hasn't been able to get it to me yet. So that is on him. He knows that, and he's aware, like I said, of the penalty. It is an S corporation tax return. He is the only owner, so he is aware of the penalty that is starting to incur now, and hopefully he'll get that information to me this week, and we'll only have to pay the penalty for 1 month. But that's where that business return is. It didn't get done. It doesn't bother me too much. I mean, it's kind of a bummer for him, but also I did what I was able to do in order to help push him along, but that's where that business return is. So if we look at in process, there are no business returns in process. There are 25 1040 tax returns in process, and then waiting on information. We're down to just 16 1040s now that are still waiting on information. I need to email them, get their information in so that we can hit that October 15th deadline. Business returns, we're down to just that one that is waiting on information from him in order to be able to complete that. So that's where returns are right now. Kind of a bummer that one of those business returns didn't get filed and that the penalties are coming through. But like I said, sometimes you do everything that you can, and that's just how life is. So it's not a bad client either. It's not a client that I need to fire. Like I said, it's someone that I've known for a while, actually a good friend, and that's just how it happens sometimes. So I think the penalty right now is $245 per month per owner. So currently that penalty sits at $245. And hopefully we can get that done here this week or next week, and that'll be all the penalty that has to be paid. Looking at the calendar this week, yesterday was a full day of those half-hour appointments that I'm doing with returning clients. Those appointments still are going great. Basically, I am meeting with returning clients, asking them what's going on in 2025, if it's different than 2024, kind of just getting a picture of their tax situation so that I can provide a price quote for next year's tax prep, and also just kind of asking them if they have any current questions about their tax situation. Plenty of them have had some questions. Some of them haven't. These appointments are taking anywhere from 5 or 8 minutes to 30 minutes. So some of the clients I know better. We spend a little bit more time catching up. Some of them have more questions. I spend more time answering questions about some of the things that are going on in the current tax year. And then I do run through a brief change in our tax prep process for next tax season, where we are going to meet with all of our clients before tax prep. So we're going to send a link in January. They're going to schedule a time far enough out to where they should have all of their tax documents. They're going to upload their documents to us before that meeting. We're going to look through it. We're going to meet with them, make sure we have all the documents, ask any questions that we have, let them ask us questions if they have any, and then that will be kind of the time frame in which we are preparing their return. So a couple of things that that's going to do. Asynchronous work is great. Chat messages are great until they aren't. So a chat message that I send with some questions ends up taking a couple of days for them to reply. Maybe they didn't understand something perfectly, so I got to reply back, clarify that, then they have to reply again. that ends up taking a week or two. Whereas we could have hopped on a phone call or a Zoom appointment and we could have knocked that out in about 10 minutes. So what could have taken 10 minutes stretches out over a week or two. So by having these appointments with clients during tax season, I'm hoping that we improve our efficiency, we improve our turnaround time, we're able to file more tax returns and extend fewer returns during tax season. There's always going to be extended returns. I actually think extended returns are a benefit. I would encourage more clients to go ahead and file extensions, but you know that most clients or a lot of clients don't really like extensions. But this is overall going to improve the process. It gives us a touch point with clients during tax season. It allows them to see us, talk to us. It just continues to build trust so that the clients will be stickier, make that relationship a better, stronger relationship. And I think it'll make clients less likely to leave us. It'll make them more satisfied, and it'll overall improve the experience that we deliver to clients. So that's what these returning client appointments are doing. It's explaining kind of that new process to them and then answering any questions they have currently, which a lot of clients don't typically get because they sign up for our basic compliant option, which doesn't include kind of year-round support for questions. So it's a little bit of an extra benefit to a lot of these clients that they otherwise typically don't get, because I do answer some of their questions if things have changed or something has popped up or they have any kind of questions about their tax situation. We're able to cover that in these appointments as well. So they've been going really well. Yesterday was a full day of that. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is a full day of that. Today, I have until 1:30 open, so I'll be working on 1040 tax returns to get more of those out the door. Shifting now, of course, from business to personal to make sure we hit that October 15th deadline for everybody. This afternoon, there are 2 new client appointments and 1 current client who had some questions about his tax return that I'll meet with tomorrow. I already mentioned. Thursday is a pretty open day until the afternoon. Our kids have kind of an exhibition thing at school that I don't have to, but I want to go to. So I'm going to go to that Thursday afternoon. So Thursday will be a half day. Friday is pretty open. I have my large group coaching call with firm owners at 2:30 p.m. Thursday afternoon on Zoom. I have a local networking lunch at 12 o'clock. So half of Friday will be kind of tied up, but the morning I'll be finishing up and delivering 1040 tax returns. Looking forward to next week. The first 3 days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'll be in Charleston with 2 employees, and we will be doing some planning meetings. So just kind of talking about the future, what our goals are for the firm, what our goals are individually, kind of what they want to do. Both of them are enrolled agents. Both of them are starting to take on their own clients within the firm. So just talking through kind of those next goals for them for next tax season, goals for the next 5 years. What do they want their practice to look like? What's that going to look like within Wooten CPA? And just kind of talking through those. So we're going to Charleston for that. We'll be there. Yeah, I get there Monday night, spend, Monday night, all day Tuesday, and a little bit of time Wednesday morning, just kind of talking through those things. Thursday and Friday, pretty open. Thursday and Friday of next week are pretty open, where I'll be working on 1040 tax returns and getting those out the door. So that's what it looks like. That's what the September 15th deadline looked like for me. That's what this week and next week as a preview are looking like. It's full focus on 1040 tax returns right now. There are, I don't know, there's about 40 returns, somewhere around 40 returns that I need to wrap up and get out the door. Most of those are in some various stages of complete and should go fairly quickly. And then 16 of them, I'm still waiting on information. Now, some of that 16, it's waiting on follow-up questions. And some of those 16, I think about 10 of those are still waiting on them to finish the organizer or give us their documents to even begin the tax return. So that's where we're at. Let me know in the comments where you're at. I hope things are going well. I hope the September 15th deadline went well for you. I hope that October 15th is looking good. And share with me in the comments kind of where you're at. Thanks for watching.